Hello everyone, my name is Robert Szentes, and some of you may know me, and those of you who don't know me, I'd like to make a quick introduction. I am a master coach, a transformational teacher, and also the author of the best-selling book called The Mastering of Your Mind. And I want to briefly talk about this book, not because I am making an ad or advertising this book, but because we have reached a point in our humanity, in our consciousness, especially after the recent circumstances where this message needs to be heard by millions. And my message is for people who understand that their psychology, their inner thinking creates their reality. This message is for those of you that really care to improve your lives. This message is for those of you that really understand that living in fear is not the only option. So this message is for those of you that really want to understand where these fears come from, where the concerns come from, where these subconscious sabotaging patterns come from. So why should you listen to me? About 10 years ago, I had to quit my corporate career because my life came to an end. I was partially paralyzed by a stroke, even though I was doing all the right things. Went to school, studied, worked hard, and there I was on my butt, completely reevaluating my life, not even sure if I was going to make it. And that's exactly when my spiritual journey began. This was the time when I was exposed to the deeper truth, that all of my circumstances, my job or money problems, or my relationship problems, and including my health issues, all stemmed from my unresolved stuff from the unconscious mind. So at this time, I quit my corporate career and I embarked on this amazing spiritual journey for one thing in mind, which was my own healing. And I loved it so much because it was so transformational. I became a coach and I started helping people. At first it was just 20 and then 50 and then hundreds, and today it's like thousands and thousands of people around the world. And what I have created here, guys, is this perfect, amazing recipe. The recipe that you need, the recipe that your loved one needs, the recipe that every person on this planet needs who really cares about improving, who really cares about a neighbor, who cares about our evolution. And in this book, I put down a very precise step-by-step recipe, a recipe that you need to understand if you want to stop self-sabotage. It's a recipe that even therapists from around the world that I have trained have their jaws dropped because it applies to every single one of their clients in every single situation and every single case. So I am not advertising this book for the sake of selling it and making money because, that's fine. But what I want you to know is that what's most important for me is that the message gets out there. And to prove it to you, I have a really awesome program. So you can go ahead and buy the book. There's the link below this video, and get your Kindle for just $8.95 or get the paperback for $16.95. It's under $20 and it includes the $1 million foundation recipe that you need, your child needs, your loved one needs, your family needs, everybody needs. And if you make this purchase and give me an honest review on Amazon, prove to me that you bought it, and prove to me that you have left the review, and spend the time to really work through it, because this book is a workbook, not just a book. It's not just the philosophy of things. Actually, it tells you how to. I don't honey string, I don't hold back. You get the full recipe, how you can transform your life in just a few months. And you will also understand what creates self-sabotage, why you get triggered with other people around, why people are not happy, why they create all of those fears. Because I want you to know something. It is impossible to feel negative emotions, anger, fear, sadness, all of these things without believing something deep in your psyche to be true. So in other words, what you believe creates an emotion. And this book talks about all of those beliefs that are below the surface. These are called limiting beliefs, but there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them, and sometimes they act up simultaneously. And if you're not trained or if you're not familiar with this information, it is just going to sweep you away. It is going to give you yet another surprise, and that surprise is what you may have experienced as a relationship problem. You might feel it as negative emotions, maybe money problems, or even health issues. So when you buy this book, by clicking on the link today, I want you to read it. I want you to take it seriously. And when you can prove it to me that you have purchased it, and then you left a review, and then you can answer some questions that will show me that you really mastered the material, guess what? I will give you your money back. Can you do that? Not for me, but for you and for someone that you care about. So guys, I want you to go ahead and click the link, buy this amazing book called The Mastering of Your Mind. Get to know your psyche. We cannot afford, as the human race, to go on with this level of not knowing. You have to know, and you have to pass this knowledge on. So go ahead and buy the book, and I want you to share this video with someone you care about, and I want you to really start mastering your mind so that you can start feeling better, you can start bringing your gifts out to the world, and you can create health, wealth, and prosperity.